All right, we fixed it. We're live.
Yeah, I saw it popped up on my screen. Good work, bro. Sorry I had to go through that.
We had to do a little workaround. We're live. Apologize, guys. Zoom didn't want to cooperate tonight. Did not want to link to YouTube, but we got it figured out. So we're about an hour late. This is going to be a very truncated version of the show. Bear with me right now. Bear with me. Got a little housekeeping to do really quick before we get started officially. We're waiting on Kane to jump back in here too. So say hi, everybody. The chat is already filling up.
What's good, y'all? Sorry for the delay, man. Trust me, we were. Well, I'll speak for me, Bobby, and Kane. We were sitting here, stressed and sweating it out for our brother, as Kenny was was doing all the hard work and heavy lifting for us, man, trying to get this shit resolved. So, thank you guys for being patient. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, definitely. As I said earlier to these guys, I was like, I thought it was hot in the crow's nest. It actually, that whole time I was actually sweating, man. I'm not gonna lie. I had to take off the slips, man. The feet were sweating, dog.
You got the chanclas mojadas, sir?
I had to, bro. It's gross.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, we're gonna have to cut some stuff, guys, because we're up against the clock major right now.
I feel you, bro.
Cool.
Hold on. Let me send out a text to our guest for the next show.
Do that. See what the chat's talking about.
Let's see. Man, there you go. It's definitely filling up. I had to pull it up real quick.
All right. Damage. Shout out Damage. Doing it, man. Out there in Scotland.
Not only that, he's doing great walks, man. All those pictures, though.
Oh man, he makes me feel like I've visited the world when I see his pictures, man. I'm like, oh man, I feel like I've been there now. It's beautiful out there too, man.
I definitely like to go out there, man. Just see everything, bro.
Hell yeah.
See as much as you can.
One of these days.
One of these days.
Oh man.
Sorry, Che. I had to take that one from me.
Shout out, Monica. Hey man, hey. I need other people to feel it musically too, man. It can't all just be on me. It's too much pressure. You know?
Nah, dude, you the human jukebox, dog.
Raider Rich, what's up, man? Pete.
What's up, Juice?
Benny in the house. Juice. Oh man. Yeah. Rolling Dubs. Mike Mooney. James Lyles. Who else is in? Noe, I see you. I think that's everyone so far. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right.
Roberto Wasabo.
That's right, Vinny. Get it right.
Oh man.
Okay. Sorry about the confusion, guys. Normally we're able to stream straight to YouTube from Zoom, and for whatever reason today I wasn't making the handshake, so we spent the better part of an hour finding a workaround, and it finally works. So thanks for being patient, and your loyalty is noticed. It is noticed, and it is very much appreciated. Let's go ahead and get started. Kane's got the message. He was just on with us, so he'll pop back in here in a second. He might be using the restroom or something. But welcome back, everyone. Yeah, we're gonna do this again, really quick at the very top of the show before we start anything. I wanted to let you guys know the next weekend is Father's Day, and that falls on our normal recording day, so we will be taking next weekend off. We apologize. We know we've been taking a lot of time off. Memorial Day was planned. The weekend after that wasn't planned. We saw you guys quickly last week. This is going to be another really fast show this week. We've already run out of a lot of time, and we're doing another show right after this that has 2 guest books. So stick around for the after party on the Crow's Nest. We're going to be streaming it live right here on this channel. So you'll have to go find the new link on the main page, but we'll be here. And we also, we teased that we were going to have a giveaway announcement this week. But since there's going to be a week off in between, we're going to go ahead and just give you that update on July 5th. So we will be back on the air July 5th after the 4th of July holiday. And there's Kane right now. Perfect timing. All right. So that pretty much sets the table. In the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe to the show right here on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that bell because, as you guys know, start times right now, they're very fluid. But if you smash that bell, which most of you guys in the chat, I'm assuming, already do, you'll know exactly right when we go on live. You'll get a little notification on your phone or your laptop, and you can jump in with us. So we apologize for the inconsistency, but we're doing our best over here. Also, if you're not on YouTube, if you're listening to this right now on the audio version, hey, leave us a review, on Google or on Apple Podcasts or wherever you can. That helps a lot. And of course, thank you to everyone that's been donating. Jalen Davenport and D-Man, you guys are our longtime, most consistent donors. We really appreciate that. We're really stacking some funds right now. We're going to be doing some remodeling here to the studio very shortly. It's coming up really fast. But if you'd like to donate to the show, if you haven't already, it's paypal.me/PJ4F. Or if you're in the chat right now, you can hit that little cash icon and send over some money. Make sure you leave a comment with that too. We'll make sure your comment gets featured. And lastly, make sure you visit onenationfanwear.com. I do have an update. Production times are back to their normal swift turnaround time. Everything is now in stock. You can see I'm wearing the Pillaging hat, but I also got the Pillaging shirt now to go with it. So I'm all fitted. And Bobby's rocking that Raiders. 3-time Super Bowl champion. And Kane with the old school original first run Pillaging design by Creative Media. And I'm going to work with DC4L, maybe getting that design back up there in the store because that's a fresh design. That rum barrel logo is pretty nice. Shout out to our friend Tony, a big Raider fan as well. Also, I want to let you know that the face covering, that's the biggest rage in Raider Nation, is back in stock at One Nation Fanwear. You guys bought them out. Great job. Kudos to you. But that is back in stock now. So if you go to onenationfanwear.com, you didn't get a chance to get one, or you want to get one for a friend who is jealous of yours, you can go back over there right now and pick that up. No promotions at this time, but hey, the cost for the quality, I think it's right on the nose. So let's get this thing cracking. Che, hopefully that beer is still cold, man.
Oh, no. I was prepared, bro. Okay, I got my little girl's lunchbox over here, man. It's a little cooler. Okay. I got it sitting right here. Keep these cheddars cold, dog.
That's my boy.
Holding strong, bro. Okay, so listen, I got this hen house. Okay, this hen house brewing. This is the super duper stoked double IPA.
Yow.
Y'all see that right there? And this bad boy's coming in at I believe this is a 8. Let's see. 8.3 ABV. We're gonna pour this bad boy out.
That's a hitter.
A nice golden loveliness out this can.
Beer hangover.
While you do that, I'm gonna open the blinds real quick.
Handle.
And I'll talk about what I got right here. I got that St. Pauli non-alcohol. No, I'm just messing with you. Someone brought that as a gag for my birthday. Left it in the damn cooler.
What the fuck? I was finna say.
Look at this, man. Look at this. Look at how hazy this is, though.
That's nice.
I'm liking
this.
I
like that.
Look at that. No see-through. You can't see my hand. Look at that.
No
Ain't
see-through,
no
baby.
see-through right here, baby. Let me see this.
Like that looks like mango juice. Straight up, that looks.
It look like orange juice, like some fucking orange juice with bubbles.
Yeah, it's Orange Julius, bro.
You know what it look like?
Oh.
A mimosa.
Gotta
Oh,
remind
yeah.
you guys to watch the language here in the first 15 minutes. We don't want strikes on our YouTube account. Nobody
Ooh, my
wants
bad.
that.
So
That's on me.
Nobody
so
wants
little
that.
so a little more info about this beer. It has a plethora of of hops. So let me let you know what's going on in this can. So this has the Belma, it has Citra, Amarillo, Simcoe, Centennial, and Mosaic hops
Wow.
all up in here, man. And this is delicious. It's hoppy, but the bitterness isn't really there. There's a little bit on the back end. It's a little citrusy. It does have a little bit of that a fruity flavor, and I believe that's coming from the Citra and the Mosaic hops, because those are the Mosaics be bringing in that flavor. This is Flavor Town right here, man. Shout out to Hen House Brewing Company, man.
I told you that hen house, bro.
I'm
And shout
super duper stoked for this channel right now, man. I'm super duper.
And shout out to Danny Dub. He says he's hype. We're hype too, bro.
Pillaging.
Thank you very
Salud.
much. We appreciate that.
Hey, so I'm drinking Miller High Life, baby. That's right. Miller High Life, baby. The old school #1. And like my boy Che told me earlier, the champagne of beers,
The
baby.
champagne of beers, bro.
Champagne
That's
of
what
beers.
it is.
Cheers, my homies.
I always call it the champagne of beers.
I had to slow down on the craft beers, man. I learned my lesson. I didn't know that you could get a beer hangover. I never knew of such thing as that. And yeah, I was drinking them 8%, them 9% IPAs, and waking up the next morning before work and feeling like I was still I was still dancing in hops. So I had to slow it down. So I'm going back to Miller High Life for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And I'll drink I'll still do my craft beers and my 8% or higher on occasion. Just not daily.
And Bobby, you're sipping on that Pliny the Elder. Nothing finer than a Pliny.
That's right, dog. You know,
That's
getting those old tailgating feels, man.
They should rename that to Piney the Elder, because that tastes like a pine tree. It's real fresh.
Delicious.
Real fresh.
And shout out to our boy Mark Soto. He was there when we were throwing back those Pliny the Elders, bro. Remember when we got that when we got that?
I remember that.
NWA,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
We got that NWA photo. Those Plinies were in that photo. They were kind of down low, but they were in that
okay. I wasn't in that photo, but I remember meeting Mark Soto that day. Yeah.
Mark Soto's a real one. Shout out to him. Just a quick overview for tonight's show. The overview might be as long as the show, but what the hell? Once again, we do have a special giveaway to announce. We're going to postpone that to July 5th as we are off next week. I'm going to remind you guys we are off next week. Sorry for the rocky ride. I know you guys donate to the show. I know you guys pay us money to get on the air. We do appreciate that. But we got to spend some time with some family next week, especially during all this shutdown stuff. Speaking of which, the NFL has released an update to its COVID guidelines. We will be talking about that. We will be revisiting the GROAT votes as those are back in effect. And in fact, we have some catching up to do. So we're probably going to do 2 votes over the next 2 weeks, and then we'll fill you in on the results of all four of those matchups when we do return on the 5th, because we got to make up some ground here. We're running out of time. We got these giant brackets to go through. We're only on bracket number 2, and bracket number 2 starts this week. So we'll be getting into that as well. And also we're going to talk a little bit about Max Crosby's comments about Patrick Mahomes and give you guys our predictions and see if they're in line with Max Crosby's. And then we have one other story we may or may not touch on. Depends on time. We got about 45 minutes, guys. Let's hit it. Let's hit it hard. Here's how we go. GROAT vote. I think this is like the 5th one or something like that we've done. This is like votes number 10 and 11. So we're finally into the second round of the tournament. The second bracket of the tournament. This bracket was originally titled "The Big Nasties on Defense." You're going to see some names on there that are not defense, because these people, they needed a place to go. They needed to be on the bracket, the tournament somehow. And that's how we ended up where we are this week. with Al Davis ranked number 1, the favorite to win the whole thing, versus 16th ranked Darrell Russell. And then we also had the 8th ranked John Matuzak versus 9th ranked Chester McLaughlin, which I thought might be close, but it wasn't. I only thought it might be close because of the age differences, but the name power of John Matuzak won out. John Matuzak getting 83% of the votes, and Al Davis claiming 99% of the votes. Next week, we got Ted Hendricks versus Greg Beekert. And now,
Ooh, nice.
That's a good matchup for the younger generation versus the old generation. You should know who Ted Hendricks is.
If you was 9, 10 years old when John Matuzak made the movie Caveman,
yeah. If
then
you
were John Matuzak. You don't even have to be a Raider fan. You was just a John Matuzak fan. You knew he played for the Raiders, but he was also in the movie Caveman. And like
Ringo Starr.
Did you see that movie?
Yeah.
Did you see that movie? Oh my fucking God. I thought I was the only kid that saw that movie. Oh my God.
That movie has the effect on you that when you watch it, you feel like you're the only one that's ever seen this because
it's so goofy.
It's a terrible movie.
It's a B movie. Hey, it ain't even a B movie. It's a C movie or an F. It's an F movie that made it out to the screen because John Matuzak.
You got Ringo Starr and John Matuzak as Caveman. Come on. I mean, how good is it going to be?
Hey, that shit was good. I saw it. Hey, I saw it at Eastmont Mall Theaters in East Oakland. For those of you who are from East Oakland.
You saw that in the theater, bro. A good friend of the show, Polygon. That's one of his favorite films, believe it or not. He knows that film. He has that film like memorized, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie since I was like 8 years old.
Me too, Kenny. Me too, bro. Yeah,
Matuzak, you won't find it on cable. You may not find it on Amazon. I don't know. Really quick shout out to Silky Slim, bro. That is very generous. Very generous. Thank you.
Salud.
You are amazing, brother. Matuzak also in the Goonies, also in Ice Pirates. He's been in several TV shows. He's been in quite a few movies. We had some John Matuzak stories lined up for you guys today, but maybe we'll come back to that. I want to get to some other things here. We are short on time. We can spend an hour on John Matuzak. So
oh my God, we could spend a day on John Matuzak's antics. Love him.
Unfortunately, we do have to give a rest in peace to Al Davis, John Matuzak, and Chester McLaughlin. Man, rest in peace to all of them.
Rest in peace,
man.
R.I.P.
And we still got Darrell Russell, right? Am I wrong on that?
No, Darrell Russell was dead, bro. He died in a car accident.
Car accident, yeah.
Oh shit.
Rest in peace to all 4 of our contenders this week.
Damn.
Man, names in the Raider. Darrell Russell's a polarizing figure in Raider Nation, but you were excited when he took the field. You were like, "Hell yeah, it's Darrell Russell right there."
Hey, look, I had a Darrell Russell leather Raiders jersey. I don't know about y'all, but I don't know if y'all remember when they had the leather jerseys out.
Damn,
you had that. That Martin Lawrence jersey though.
I had Darrell Russell, baby.
Yeah, I know them leather jerseys. Martin Lawrence used to rock them fucking leather jerseys.
Yeah, hey, I was with it. I was with that shit. You know what I mean?
You can't wear those in the South Bay. You just sweat and just constant.
See a motherfucker with a leather jersey on at the swap meet, dog.
Out there,
Actually, it's a pleather jersey, dog.
Hey, but you know what? It was like for me, in my square, my circle, my square or whatever. It was like, yeah, nigga, I got the leather Darrell Russell. Me and my homies used to battle over who could get the best Raider gear. So it was like, remember when y'all had the Raider gear? It was like a jean jacket. It was like a teen. It was like a college. It was like a high school jacket. It was like
Letterman jacket
right here.
The Letterman jacket.
Yeah, with the like black regular shirt right here. I was the only one that had one of them. You know what I'm saying? And you couldn't find one. You know what I'm saying? And I had one, and I used to be like, yeah, nigga, I'm the only one. And we used to be at Raider games. I'm telling you, this when I was like 25, 26 years old. Me and my boys, we used to be at Raider games, be like, oh, nigga, there go your jersey right there, nigga. Ah! We used to clown. You know what I'm saying? There go your jacket right there, nigga. Yeah, you ain't the only one with that jacket. Like, back in the day, we used to battle over who had the best Raider gear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's funny when I look at the internet now and I see people with their Raider gear they posted on Twitter and whatever the case may be. It's like, damn, I'm so far away from that. You know what I'm saying? That I'm like my grandfather now. I'm a Raider fan. I don't care about the gear. I don't care about you know what I'm saying? I'm just a fan of the team and I want to see us win. I'm not even trying to like swag off the gear no more. Like that shit is, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy
right here, bro.
But y'all still, but y'all still in that. When I was 30 something, I was still in that. Nigga, I'm finna be 50 years old this year, man. I'm not tripping off the gear no more, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tripping off the team winning a fucking Super Bowl before I die, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Or at least making some playoff runs, a whole bunch of playoff runs before I die. Fuck the gear. I mean, the gear is there. Look, I'm sporting gear. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I remember when I was a youngster, the gear was important. The gear ain't important as it is the winning and trying to be successful and win some playoff games and maybe potentially a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
You need to get another Super Bowl patch on that jacket, bro. That's what it's all about.
And I had a leather Raider jacket. I had a leather Raider jacket. You know what I'm saying? I had the whole, man, all that shit. I had all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm just all about numbers, wins and losses.
Just win, baby.
Just win, baby.
Let's talk about this COVID stuff really quick, guys. I want to get your input on this. Back when we first visited this subject about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I think it was, you know, we gave you the full rundown. I mean, we went inside and out of this whole thing. We picked it apart. And at that time, the NFL felt pretty confident that players would be returning to facilities late this month. Well, that's not the case. The NFL doubled down on no mini camps this year. That is now a fact. There will be no mini camps. And in fact, players looking like they will not be allowed to return to facilities until the start of training camp on July 22nd. And preseason starts in the middle of August. NFL also talking about maybe canceling a couple preseason games. So if you're a player on the bubble right now, you're pissed, right? You're mad, right? That's less time for you to showcase your abilities. On the other hand, guys, what do you think? Do you think maybe that's better for guys on the bubble? They got to put out one good game and maybe they're in? I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Does this shortened time frame help or hurt players that are on the bubble?
You know, that's a good question, man. Those games, the film on those games, give a lot of those players a chance to make other squads, practice squads or whatever. But you know what? It seems to be that the coaches and GMs of these other teams, they already know, because as soon as a player get cut, the next day he's somewhere else if he was already a blip on your radar. So if you're not a blip on a team's radar, this fucks you up. This hurts you. This hurts you. But if you're a blip already and they don't want you to hurry up, you know, let's snap this dude up. We don't need no more film of him out there. Let's snap this motherfucker up, get him over here, so we ain't got no film on him. Then you ain't got nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? So it's really no different. It's all about the film. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. It's all about the film. If you're a guy that's sought after, and then Keelan Doss, you know, sought after, you know, the Raiders and Jacksonville beat it over, whatever. He went to Jacksonville, then he came back to the Raiders. You one of those type of guys, then you're going to get snapped up. But if you're not one of those type of guys and you need to Terrell Davis in Denver, show yourself on film, then that helps you. So it's a wash. It's really one of those things where, you know, the better players don't need it. The players that think they're good or are good and need to be shown on film aren't being shown, then it hurts them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, well put. Derek Carr, however, is taking matters into his own hands. He's running his own mini camp out there, which we'd like to see that. We'd like to see that kind of leadership out of our veteran quarterback that gets no more passes. Saw some clips of that mini camp. Che, what did you think of what you saw? What did you see, bro?
Well, listen, first of all, we all know which clip fucking was out first because Twitter likes to talk some shit. So the first clip that came out was Derek Carr and the group out there at the mini camp that they're hosting on their own, and he's drops back and throws a 3-yard out and then celebrates.
Yeah.
Like a fucking champ. And everybody went in on him, right? Everybody went in on him. And I mean, I chuckled. I mean, of course, I'm going to chuckle, man. That's like, God damn it. But, I mean, we got to see the rest of the film, and your boy was throwing the ball downfield, okay? So, listen, man, I don't give a shit about any of that. Honestly, I don't give a shit about what the film looks like, what the video looks like. I care about the chemistry. So I applaud you, Derek Carr, for taking leadership and getting that whole group out there, getting all those guys out there to work and gain that chemistry. At the end of the day, that's all that matters, man, is how bonded you guys are and how well you guys work together. Because when you hit the field, it's going to come into play. So him getting that relationship, getting comfortable, getting that, I would say, coordinated with his receivers. Hell yeah, I'm all for that. And I'm glad to see that, man. I'm glad that he's taking that role. We've criticized Derek Carr, man. We've criticized Derek Carr in a lot of different areas, and
rightfully so.
Rightfully so, even though there's some guys that get a little hurt when we.
And it was constructive criticism. It wasn't just straight out criticism.
Yeah, people get mad when we speak the truth, but fuck y'all. So
hey, I'm with my boy Che. If you got something to say about that, fuck you. I'm with my boy Che. I mean, fuck
yeah.
We're gonna say what the fuck we mean.
That's right. Y'all ain't gonna hurt my feelings on some fucking Twitter bullshit.
So
these shit ain't gonna work.
These practices are being conducted at a park in Vegas. Reading a report here on Raiders Wire. They were out there. Temperature is about 89 degrees on the day that they were out there. At least the reporter had covered this. Derek Carr was out there. Peterman was out there. The receivers included Hunter Renfrow, Zay Jones, Darren Waller, Jason Witten, Derek Carrier, Alec Ingold was out there, Aguilar out there, Foster Moreau, DeMornay Pearson, L. Not seeing any of the rookies' names on this list. I'm not sure if there's restrictions on that or what the deal is.
It's restrictions on that.
Okay, so Abram and Keyshawn Nixon were out there as defenders. Now, hopefully this keeps up. What do they say in the chat? Juice says the fact that they're out there is everything. Absolutely, man. They're laying it out all out on the line.
I don't think the rookies don't have a contract yet, or it's not solidified until a certain date comes up in the NFL. So if they get hurt working in Vegas, then it doesn't benefit them.
Yeah.
So the rookies ain't out there yet. But
well, I mean, and especially
my concern is okay. We got the offense out there working. What are the defense? Why can't we see some defensive? The defense can't work without the offense. So this shit is gonna have to come to an halt. Something's gonna have to happen. Otherwise, the defense's reps will hurt if they don't get those reps to work against the offense, even if it's their own team. You know what I'm saying? And so what? You're going to just say preseason is August 2nd, and now the defense ain't played a fucking game? And so here we are today at the preseason? No, the NFL is going to have to figure out something to – look, these guys are already working together. They don't obviously care about the effect of COVID-19. And I'm more power to you, bro. Do your thing. I'm with that. But my thing is I haven't seen Cleveland Farrell, Maurice, any defensive leaders, Maurice Hurst, who we got, the the guys you guys don't like, the safety, I can't think his fucking name right now.
Marcus Joyner.
The joiners. We haven't seen these guys come together with any kind of defense.
Well, here's the problem, King. Here's the problem. When we've talked about this, there's no established leader on that defense to bring them all together. I mean, everyone's kind of waiting for someone to step up. I feel like that's going to happen on the field this year.
Littleton. But where's Littleton?
Well, he's brand new, dog. He's brand new.
I mean, he's getting situated, dog. He's getting situated. He
carries a level of respect.
This is true, but he hasn't been on this team. And so for him to step in and just assume that he's the leader, that could get him fucked up too, right? Like people can be like, yo, what the fuck, y'all? You haven't even come in here. We haven't even established a relationship with us. How are you gonna come in here and think you're gonna boss us around? Right?
What's up with Mo Hurst, Cleveland Farrell, Mo Hurst? These guys are Max Crosby. These guys are leaders of the defense. Like
I'm glad you
have.
All right.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you mentioned Farrell because that's what we talked about when we brought him in is his leadership quality, military background, and all that. Is it asking him too much as a second-year player? I don't know, man. The circumstances, they say, the circumstances being as they are, someone's got to step up. I mean, this is a special time. Step up, Cleveland. I don't know, organize something. I don't know. I'm just a dude in a chair with a microphone. I don't know. I don't know.
Bro, you know what it is, bro? The defense can't work without the offense. They cannot actually get any physical type of work in without working with the offense.
And you got Abram out there right now, but I mean, it's just two guys from the defense in that report.
The social distancing shit is preventing these guys from working actually together. You know what I'm saying? Defense can't work without touching somebody. The defense cannot work without touching. It can't work. It can't work. Defense can't work unless they touch a person.
I'll say this about the defensive guys, and especially Cleveland Farrell. Okay, we talked about Cleveland Farrell last show or the show before that. We talked about his commitment to getting better and improving. Not just his work ethic, but his size. He put on some weight. So you know what? Like even though the defense hasn't gotten out on the field as a unit, and even though the defense is what's maybe missing from these practices, these mini camps that we're seeing that are being held by DC and the rest of the veteran offense. I would say this: there is some leadership in the fact that you're willing to put in the work and you're going out there and you're saying, you know what, I'm going to make sure that I'm better. This is how I'm going to lead on defense. I'm going to make sure that I'm better than I was last season. Okay. I'm going to put in work. I'm going to make sure I put on that weight. And I told people that they weren't going to recognize me. So I'm going to do that.
But how does a defensive lineman prepare for that if he's not going against offensive?
Now, because of
I agree.
The restrictions and stuff.
I agree that there's limitations to just going working out, right? Strengthening yourself and doing drills in the sand and all that kind of shit, right? There's limitations of that. At the end of the day, you have to play the game of football to be better at football. Right? The weight room ain't going to make you better at football. It's going to make you stronger. Going and running drills in the sand and doing all that kind of shit, that's not going to make you better at football. That's going to give you more endurance. It's going to give you more strength, more ability to cut and whatnot, right?
I'm not sure about that, bro. I think it's going to learn you about, how we do stunts, how we stunt on this guy, how we, during the week of practice, each center, each guard, each offensive line, they play different.
You're contradicting yourself, though. Listen, because you just said you had to play. You have to touch somebody to play defense.
Right.
I'm agreeing with what you said, dog. Okay, so.
But I'm saying I agree with you. But I'm saying, how does that happen if it's not happening? You understand? That's my point.
And that's why I'm telling you. I agree with you, dog. I agree that they're not getting better at the game of football if they're not actually playing the game of football, right?
Yeah, right.
If they're not out on the field, D'ing up an offensive player, they're not guarding the receiver, if they're not working to try to get past the defensive offensive lineman, they're not playing the game of football. So you're limited in the improvements you can make. But they have been out there working their ass off, trying to make improvements in the other areas, strength, endurance. They want to be a presence. So you give them that. I'm giving them that. That's all I'm saying.
Here.
I'm gonna give them that.
Let's bottom line this because we have like 5 minutes left.
I feel you.
The bottom line is this: the offense is out there. They're not running anything but vanilla drills. That's all they're doing. Without a coach out there on the field, they're not going to be working on stunts and scheming for opposing defenses and personnel. None of that's happening right now. It's drills, it's muscle memory, it's stamina. That's all they're out there doing right now. That and chemistry. Do I think that more offensive players need to be out there? Yes. Raider Rich, by the way, shout out. He wants to. He says Jacobs ain't out there either. I'm fine with that. Keep Jacobs in bubble wrap until the real training starts.
He's gonna be fine. That motherfucker's gonna be fine.
He's a fucking running back. He don't need no.
I'd like to see them out there too. But the bottom line is this, guys: when you have no sanctioned practices right now, these guys aren't going to go up against each other, and they're not going to risk injury. They have no pads. They have no gear. They have nothing out there. They're running dirt lot plays just to get it down, just to get the muscle memory down. Hopefully these defenders are just bulking up, staying limber, and taking care of their bodies. I mean, that's really all we can do right now. What we do know about this are some of the protocols that were listed in this update. One is locker rooms need to be restructured to keep players at the minimum of 6 feet apart. It's going to be very difficult to do if you've ever been in a locker room. Virtual meetings when possible, which has been going on. Masks being worn by players whenever they do not interfere with athletic activities. Look, you're not going to be wearing a mask unless you're in a meeting or possibly the locker room. Other than that, it's all athletic activities. I've been doing meal distribution on Fridays, which means I'm unloading trucks, I'm unloading pallets. I'm having to wear a mask the whole time. It is hard to breathe in that, and I'm not a pro athlete. I'll say that, but this is gonna be very difficult. And then disinfecting helmets, shoulder pads, and whatnot repeatedly. All these things are a lot more difficult than they sound when you really look at the scale of an NFL operation. Jim Harbaugh, coach of the Ravens, he described it as humanly impossible to meet these guidelines. Furthermore, they're discussing having veterans who have changed teams, so a guy like Corey Littleton, and rookies to possibly visit the facility before the end of June, at least to get their physicals in. But so far, there's been no movement on that front either. So somebody else in the chat had asked earlier, do we expect to see more injuries as a result of this? Possibly, but we did touch on that when we were talking about lockouts before. And a few weeks ago, we were talking about shortened seasons. We've had seasons without with truncated to no training camps, and we need to see a significant spike in injuries in those years. There were injuries, but we really don't have any comparative data to compare them with. I mean, it is what it is. The good news for this is it's not just affecting our team. It's a level playing field all the way across the league. Well, that's where it's at. Bobby,
but
Bobby, what's your final word on all this? You haven't said anything yet, Bobby.
I was going to say that with all this, as far as going back to our first point about the players, as you know, they're being on the bubble and what's up with them. Like Ken was saying, man, it's all about film at this point, man. Just think of it like these are a bunch of college cats trying to basically show their worth as far as, to a team. And it just sucks because it's definitely going to hurt everybody. As far as people being hurt and injuries and whatnot, I think that what CARR is doing, man, by taking those players out there and just by doing these little repetitive motions like what you guys are talking about, this muscle memory, it kind of will help out to maybe even lessen some of those injuries. Honestly, I really do think that.
Yeah. Yep.
How do you let me just ask one question real quick. How do you get back to what you were saying? Players are questioning this or that, or the case may be. You want to come in and you want to test everybody, and you want to this shit. Whatever, man. Go ahead. Good. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't know. There's no way to predict what's going to happen with this pandemic or what's going on. We thought we were headed into the free and clear. The facts is that curve really hasn't bent yet. It's leveled out. And then, Florida, first state to open up last week, 8,000 new cases of the coronavirus down there. So this is going to be an up and down roller coaster. We don't even know. The NBA's talking about coming back. Kyrie's trying to block it because, he's a spectator.
I saw that. Because he's not going to be in the NBA finals.
It's not only just Kyrie. It's a bunch of NBA players, and I agree with that.
We're going to talk about that on the Crow's next. Right now, we're out of time, guys. That's it. I mean, look at the show. It's an update to the coronavirus guidelines. That's all we had time for, and that's. I don't know if it's my fault or YouTube's fault, but
it's not your fault. Hey, yo, hold on.
Hour late.
That's not your fault. It's not your fault.
So if you guys called in,
definitely not your fault, bro.
If you guys called in, we'll give you a call in the next episode. We'll listen to your call in the next episode. Again, we're back July 5th. We had so much more planned for you tonight. What can I say? We owe you
one more thing, and keep an eye out for the giveaway, okay? Because it's coming. It's coming. We only decided to postpone it because we knew we wouldn't be back on air.
Yeah. The
giveaway will happen, people. Okay. The giveaway will happen. And one of you lucky people will be getting this Bo Jackson right here.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me if everything goes right, this shout out section is going to be hella long in a couple of weeks. But for right now, let's do some shout outs on YouTube, very short. Shout out to Kaz Gibney, John Devine, Jeremy Weed, Mauricio Marquez, Matthew Wilson, Wayne Millington, and Edgar Lopez. And a big, very special shout out to my brother, Che. Happy birthday, man.
Hey.
Happy birthday, bro. Che.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, bro.
Man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. I thought Bobby was gonna break into the mañanitas right now, but
no, not enough time, bro. That's for the next one.
Enough time. Absolutely not enough time. Hey, thank you, man. I am officially 38 years young, and I
Che's the baby of the crew, dog.
That's great, man. You don't look like day over 40, bro.
So. Bobby, you ordered it, Che?
By 2 weeks.
Shit. Oh, okay. I was finna say,
Bobby just celebrated his birthday. Hey, this is my lady was giving me shit earlier today. She said, "How do you feel about having a birthday so close to Donald Trump?" So I was like, "Fuck that guy." I didn't even think about that guy. But I'll tell you what I am thinking about. I'm thinking about the fact that I share a birthday that's really close to my brother, Bobby Wasabi. So Bobby Wasabi, happy birthday, bro, again. And
Salud,
hey, next year, when all this bullshit ceases to exist, we're celebrating these motherfucking birthdays together, though.
Okay? That's right, yeah.
We're celebrating these birthdays together.
You know what?
Big ass chest.
And you know what? What's fucked up is like where I'm from, we all too tight to not be doing shit together. Barbecues, Memorial Days, 4th of July's.
Yep.
Shit where you have barbecues with your friends. Like we too tight to not be doing that shit together.
Yeah, we gotta make it happen.
That's all I'm saying.
We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. Just like we figured out a way to make this episode happen tonight. I already got guests from our next show joining this Zoom, which is a problem. So I gotta get out of here.
Oh shit! All right, y'all, fellas.
Level preview, everybody in the chat. That's it for this week's show. Make sure you tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined this week by
your boy Che.
Kane, what's up?
Bobby Wasabi.
There you go. Let's get it, guys. Until next week, keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mug. And pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a production of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. We out here.
West side.
Go Raiders.
West side, baby. Yeah. Black Lives Matter.
Like a freight train coming, you're blowing the town. Like a diesel motor, you never shut down. With your pistons pumping, you're mowing them down. It's a sight to see, they all lay their money down. When you're gone, mama, hell, you ain't acting right. When you're gone, mama, I can still see your eyes. When you're gone, mama, this this'll be my last goodbye. When you're gone, gone, gone. When the sky is gray and the night sets in, it's your cue to do it all again. Until the next time I hear your name, right beside you now, my thoughts will remain. When you're gone, I'll be missing you. When you're gone, I can still see your eyes. When you're gone, mama, this'll be my last goodbye. When you're gone, gone, gone. When you're gone, no one can call on you. When you're gone, I'll be missing you. When you're gone, mama, you still ain't acting right. When you're gone, gone, gone. When you're gone, gone, gone.
And it's not working. All right, hang in there, guys.
Hen house, Bobby. No joke.